Hey guys, I wanted to do a little video about my sloyd knife. I produce these for my website, and they're basically, they only have about a 2-inch blade on them, maybe actually a little bit shorter, and they're all exactly the same. I make every one of them the same. They're made from a piece of high carbon file steel, American file steel, and I carry them on my website, and I also carry them on my Etsy shop. But they're guaranteed to be razor sharp when you get them. They'll stay razor sharp. In fact, after you get them, to keep them sharp, the only thing you need to do is strop them. They have a very, very high grind on them for carving, because that's what these are for. These are basically made for carving green wood, but you can carve dry wood with them too. The only thing with the dry wood is you need to be careful with the tip, because if you get the tip jammed in there real tight somewhere and give it a twist, you'll snip off just like a micro portion of the tip, which I did do on this one. And it took me like 2 seconds with a piece of emery cloth to put it back. But that does happen occasionally, because these things are very, very hard. They're tempered very well too, but sometimes things still happen when you're trying to, because with me I do some detail carving, and I was doing it on dry hardwood, really hardwood, and I got the tip kind of stuck in there, and I went to pull it out, but when I pulled it out, I sort of twisted it a little bit at the same time, and it nipped the tip of it off just a little bit. I mean, you have to put it under a magnifying glass to tell that you did it. The only reason I know is because I heard a little snap, and that's what it was. But anyways, these things have a tang in them that are usually around 3.5 inches long to 4 inches long. So they're real sturdy. They get epoxied into a hardwood handle. The hardwood handles vary. They could be cherry, oak, maple. It just depends on what I have in hand. I make them all by hand, the handles and all. The handles get turned on the lathe. This handle on this one, this is my personal one. It is a little bigger than the handle you guys will get lengthwise. But it's actually a little too long. I made it thinking that I wanted all that extra handle, and and then when I revisited making the handle for production, I shortened them up. But I never wanted to rehandle this because it's a piece of plum wood off my property, so it's got some sentimental things going on, and you know, it works. It just, I have a little handle sticking out the end, which doesn't bother me a bit. But anyways, so these are available on my website. They have a nice sharp spine on them, and so you can use it as a whittling knife. You can use it to scrape, as a scraper for scraping things off. And since they were made out of a file, most of my knives still have a little bit of filing left at the very top of it, and you could actually, if you wanted to, do some really light filing with it. Not that it will do a lot of filing, but it will do a little bit. Anyways, I just wanted to show you guys my sloyd carving knife. It's always available. They're always on. It's a very sturdy knife. It, you know, I mean, I'm sitting here working on a piece of ash, and I'm using dry ash, and I'm using a knife to flatten off the knots. So for anybody that does any woodworking, if you have ever tried to whittle off the knots on a hard piece of hardwood, you'll know that it's not the easiest thing to do sometimes. But and some blades will actually chip and break and crack, and this one won't. This won't chip. Under normal conditions, it won't chip. And you know, it's just a really, I think I've got my heat treat down to where it holds up to just about anything. I wouldn't baton this knife, obviously, or anything like that. It's a carving knife, and it's really specifically made for green woodworking. But I do a little bit of dry woodworking with it, and it's never hurt them before. If you do a lot of it, it might dull them a little faster, but you know, as a rule, I strop my knives before I use them for a couple seconds, and after I use them for a couple seconds, and I've never had any trouble with keeping this thing sharp. And I use the heck out of it because I do a lot of wood carving. So anyways, I just want to show off the my Sloyd wood carving knife, which is available at primitivehunter.net, and it's also available at my Etsy shop, Primitive Hunter. If you guys want to check it out, that would be great. Also, if you like the video, like, share, subscribe, and share the heck out of my videos. I'm trying to build a channel here, and right now we're doing a slingshot series, and I just wanted to throw this little bit about this carving type knife in there on a separate video, obviously. And I'm gonna start going over all my knives, because I actually sell some of my knives at Self-Reliance Outfitters too, and we're going to be doing some sharpening videos there. I'm going to be doing some sharpening videos. That way you guys can know exactly how to sharpen any of my knives, whether it be my Sloyd knife, my Mockatoggins, or any of my hook knives, or gouges, I should say. But most of my knives all come super razor sharp, and on all of my knives, if you keep them strop them before you use them and after you use them, you should never have any trouble with keeping a really sharp edge on it. I take these knives to where they'll shave hair, and I don't have any trouble with them. They stay nice and sharp, and they don't round over, and they don't chip, and I'm pretty happy with it. So anyways, I just want to say thank you, and check out my websites, and check out my videos, and share the heck out of my channel. Thank you.